Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Let me know where y'all from. Let's get right into this Finesse2Tymes Hustle Cartel situation, man. So go ahead and like this video, everybody. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So basically, Finesse2Tymes came out and he already responded to Hustle Cartel saying that they could meet up and they could squabble this and get this over with, because he said he ain't turning down no type of fades or anything like that. And Finesse2Tymes was talking about how his chain getting snatched and somebody knocking him in his chin and everything and scuffing him up. He said that wasn't even Hustle Cartel. So that whole thing, this is why he even put up his phone and even made the video to respond to them on IG. Like, he went live to call them out. And basically, we know that his son, FNG King, allegedly, he already got taken by Hustle Cartel. Basically, he switched sides. His son went to his ops, and now it's a whole feud between Finesse2Tymes and Hustle Cartel. They used to hang together. They used to do the dice games and everything together. It was shooting dice, and this is how everybody got popular from that thing, because Finesse2Tymes had just cut ties at that time with mob ties. Then he started hanging with Hustle Cartel. Hustle was doing dice. He was doing the whole dice videos and everything. And then Finesse came in and he started being in the videos, and we see King, he liked the dice right away. So they started doing the dice games. They were doing dice games like how Boosie and Duke the Jeweler and everything, how them dice games were going down. And so things got out of hand a few times, and they had to pretty much punish King, because he was already trying to knock kids out and everything and get in the fights with the grown people in the crew, like the dudes who's the street dudes. Like, King already getting in the fights with street dudes on dice games. So, and the street dudes is not treating King like the age he is. So they treating him like a grown man, like one of them. So this is where Finesse and Hustle, they got into their whole dispute and everything like that, and King chose sides to go with Hustle and them. And basically and King came out and was basically trash talking Finesse, saying they had this and that, trying to get him a case dang near. And so that's when the tensions got serious. And so after everything, now with the chain situation, Finesse2Tymes getting into a whole some people trying to run up on him, and a lot of people were saying that could have been this person's crew, that could have been that person's crew. But Finesse said, you know what? He said, if anybody want to squabble him, Hustle Cartel and everybody, he said he'll do 1v1 versus Hustle Cartel. So Hustle, he gonna probably take it up, because they gonna want, unless you put a bag behind it, Hustle ain't really gonna, do too much, because he already making hundreds of thousands in these dice games and the whole entire thing. They on the road doing what the motion that they got going on already making a lot of paper. So they don't need the attention to squabble. And Finesse2Tymes said he'll squabble up and do the fade for free, because when he was locked up, he was doing fades for free with everybody. Now people want to bring up his paperwork and go ask his celly, did he squabble? Was there any truth to this? Was he doing free fades behind this? Because he's a rapper, and a lot of the rappers are usually in PC and everything like that, because of their image and how many people could try to target them and everything. And so now we see that Finesse is not, like, he's not going to turn down any type of beef or a situation where they do like a celebrity boxing match. Now that might go down. They might end up having to put the gloves on and do it for, do it for a foundation or something, like charity or something like that. And so now Finesse2Tymes must feel a certain type of way, because he sees, like, he just lost the basically what a lot of people thought was his son. He just lost him, like, where he moved to a different family, and he basically, his son cut ties with the family that was raising him for the last couple years. Finesse and his baby mamas and his girlfriends and the people from his entourage was basically raising King, and he was seeing what everybody was doing in the clubs and behind backstage and the whole fast life of a rapper and his crew. And that type of stuff should not include having somebody like King around. FNG King was like basically, going to school and things like that online, and he wasn't really meeting up with and making friends with people his age and everything. He was getting exposed to a lot of stuff. And so a lot of people was seeing this and thinking that he was going to be a next rapper or something like that. And basically, everybody think that they might have been using him to try to, exploit and try to get some bread off of having him be some next up and coming artist or something like that. But it didn't work out. The whole dice games and them going on the road and bringing him with, and he in the club with grown people and all that, that ended up putting a bad motive behind him. He ended up spazzing out. He was acting out everywhere. He would be in the grocery store screaming, knocking items off the shelf, and he didn't have that discipline. There was nobody that was really a parental role like that. And Finesse2Tymes and them, they still partying, they still playing and everything and parlaying. So it's not like they in the right situation where they're like it's not like they one big happy family trying to raise them at home and nothing like that. And so this is why he ran away. FNG King ran away, snuck out in the middle of the night from Finesse2Tymes mansion, and they was finessing them. They was looking for him. They tried to search. They drove the SUVs around. They got their private driver to take them up and down the roads, and they couldn't find King. The next thing you know, King cut on. He jumped on the Wi-Fi. All of a sudden, he had Hustle's place, and he with Hustle's crew and everything, and he came out and made the IG live dissing Finesse2Tymes and all this. And this is when everybody seen it and was shocked, like, dang, they broke up. King ran away. Like, how did this whole thing go down? Because they never explained how King ran away and how he ended up leaving and everything. Did somebody come and pick him up? They didn't explain that. And so this is how it all went down. That's why this whole thing got everybody from both sides beefing. So now it's a sad situation because Finesse and Hustle, they could have been, keep going with everything that they was doing and could have went to the top and kept, basically getting them and getting the motion keep going and all that. And so, but now with their whole entire beef and then making it public and then them saying that they're going to squabble and Finesse2Tymes coming out and calling them out to basically come and square up and box against him for free. And so we're gonna see if Hustle responds and if King ends up coming in to intervene, or if this whole thing just ends up being some publicity stunt, because at the same time we already know that all of them is making, they making hits, they making content, everything like that. And so this could all be some type of prank, and then they could squash the beef and get back to it. But at the end of the day, we already know that these are street dudes, and Finesse2Tymes, once he's calling people out to square up and go 1v1, it's already dropped. They already drew the line, and people crossed the line. So now with the situation, is he gonna get King back? Is King gonna grow up with Hustle Cartel and be different? Because now we see the videos of Hustle and his girl raising King, and they at the Build-A-Bear workshop, and when King tried to stomp on the ground, they was like, no, don't do that. You have to go to timeout. And they was actually doing some type of actual parental guidance and everything. And so maybe King with Hustle and them, allegedly now he might have a better chance at being a productive member of society instead of being a menace to society, where the route that he was on before. So everybody, let me know what you guys think about how King is going to be. Are y'all fans of FNG King? Do you want to see King go up to be successful? Do you want to see him be a rapper? Do you want to see him do streaming or something like that? Because now everybody's watching King and seeing how he got raised by Finesse2Tymes and how he was, now being raised by Hustle, and maybe they might put him in school. Maybe he might end up being polite and have manners and be able to put the fork and the knife in the right place and have etiquette. Like how everybody dreamed they kids to be, successful and be able to possibly fit in with everybody, right? Because King was not fitting in with all the kids. He was already, battling them, getting into picking on fights, and he was already a lot more mature than them. So he was exposed to a lot of the, stuff that he's seen on TV, action movies, and he was already ready to jump up on people. And so now with Hustle Cartel and them, maybe they might calm him down, and then he could still be himself, but then be on a better track to where he's not just a crash test dummy and ends up just as like another one of them youngins out there with the Pooh Shiesty mask on. So at the end of the day, man, let me know what y'all think about Finesse2Tymes. Let me know where y'all from, who you rocking with, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up.